So back in like my sophomore year at uni, ignore the fact that I'm like a graduate now and I'm just getting to this. I've been sitting on this for a while. Anyways, back then I started wearing a black shirt, sweats, and a jacket like every single day. It was my self-imposed uniform. So I gave myself a challenge for a week of classes. I was gonna wear a fit inspired by a Sanrio character. I started the week with my favorite Sanrio character, Pompompurin. I wanted to start the week with something that was comfortable but also looked professional, since if I'm remembering right, I think I had like 2 meetings I had to attend. I used to wear these brown pants a ton. I even spilled Mod Podge on them in an old YouTube video, and I would still wear them with the little stains. I paired them with this yellow sweater vest. I'm not gonna lie, I barely owned yellow clothes, and I still don't really, so I kind of just had to work with whatever I had. This whole week was pretty cold, but not freezing, so I had to layer and wear coats. I must confess, I did not draw all the coats in this video, please forgive me, but some were just ugly. I'm not a fashion girly whose sleigh can beat the cold. I already have poor circulation, I ain't beating the winter. I'm not gonna lie, I think the beret carried me since this outfit barely had any yellow, and Pompompurin's main qualities are just beret, yellow, and yeah. So everyone thank my friend for letting me borrow it. I may have borrowed a few more things from her in this video. Anyways, Monday was giving professional academia, and I'm not too mad about this attempt. This day was really hectic. I was helping with a friend's birthday party and we're all dressing up and throwing a little tea party. So I was like, this is the perfect day for my melody. However, my schedule that day was not ideal. That morning I went to the store to buy some flowers, and then I was literally stuck in my morning and afternoon classes, and the classes I had were coding and math, and I kid you not, somehow by the luck of the cards I got stuck in the class times that were just filled up with dudes. So here I come walking in while all these dudes are wearing their hoodies and their sweats, and I could just feel people staring at me. I was just playing in my head, the stand user can be anybody. And it's just me in the middle of the lecture hall, just in bright pink and yellow. I'm really happy though, the few girlies in the classes really liked it and complimented me. They helped me get through it. I also had my backpack on every day, but I just didn't draw it because it clashed with every fit. However, I did have this pink crochet bag I used to hold the flowers, and my little cousin made it, so I was like, yeah, I kind of want to use it this day. Overall, I thought this fit was really girly and cute, but definitely not in my normal sphere of what to wear to classes. I really wanted to try hard to encapsulate Kuromi's vibe, since I literally had no purple clothing other than some scarves. A reoccurring problem is me just not having a color, so I thought getting the vibe was important. I decided to drape and tie this scarf I had over a black shirt, and I just pinned and secured it in a few places. I had these silver bangles, but other than that, I'm a gold girly. So I don't own much silver, so I had to ask a friend for some help. I tried doing these hair horns. In reality, I feared this did not work. I did not have hairspray to really hold this up, so we were just gonna pretend that it worked. I also had some time to do makeup this morning, so I messed around with my purple eyeshadow to add more purple to the look. Now these boots. I love these boots, they're one of my favorite shoes. However, the heel is not ideal while walking. They looked amazing, but I was so glad I only had 2 classes that day that were back to back in the same building. I did unfortunately have to walk up a hill later that day, and that was not great. Overall, I had a lot of fun with this look. Up next is Sanrio's main girly, Hello Kitty. I actually just remember not really vibing with this fit, and I'm not totally sure as to why. I think I wasn't a huge fan of these textures together, and I think it was mainly due to the pants. The pants were like this like fake kind of leathery feel. I'm not sure what it was, but I think I was upset that I had a better pair of white pants for this. I just hadn't brought them to school. So a lot of this fit was just making do with what I had. I think I wanted this boxy sweater tank since the shape is a little similar to the shape of Hello Kitty's overalls, which I also forgot to bring to school at this time. A lot of this fit was just like, I have better pieces at home, I forgot them, let's see what I can do. And I think that's why I wasn't a huge fan of it, because I knew I could do better. However, looking back, I'm like, dang, for getting this all ready and like running out to classes, this is not a bad fit. I was probably just being like a little dramatic, a little hangry, and a little sad about the fits I could have done. I also think I need to go back to wearing more bows in my hair since this was so cute. I wore the red bow, these red shoes, and this red bag to help add more red to this fit because I normally associate Hello Kitty with red. Last up is Cinnamoroll. So if you notice in the sketching phase, this is where I actually messed up. I drew all the overlays and had exported them already, but for some reason my mind blipped and I started drawing Cinnamoroll first, and then I was like, oh, I messed up. So I ended up using this guy as the base for the other ones. For the last day, I actually had an outfit in mind. I had already worn this outfit and I really liked it. However, I was like, no Sunny, we need to step out of our comfort zone a little bit. So I kept the white top, which I actually got for a Howl costume, and I had this cute vest. However, I decided to pair it with a mini skirt, some leg warmers, and a bunny hat. Now, a thing about me, for years I've been an active skirt disliker on myself. In recent years, I've been enjoying a maxi skirt or a mini skirt once in a while, but mini skirts, I don't know, I just really don't enjoy wearing them. My thing with skirts is I really don't like my own skin-to-skin contact very much, so when I was younger, I just actively avoided them. I also avoided them for being too girly, and I just avoided skirts and pink things and all this girly stuff for a while, and I was like, well, I don't hate girly stuff anymore, so I definitely can do this. However, even though I wore the tights and I don't hate skirts as much anymore, I was like, yeah, this will be fine. It was not fine. I did not enjoy this for some reason. I wore it anyways. I think the hat garnered me a few looks, but overall, it was definitely a step outside my comfort zone. I think it was really cute and I really enjoyed drawing it, but I don't think I'm gonna be wearing this anytime soon. But you know what? It was a good one to end on. And here's all the fits. I had a lot of fun making this video. I liked having the challenge aspect of it, I love the art for it, and I also love making all these overlays. It just takes a lot of time, so let me know if you liked this video, and also let me know which fit was your favorite. See you soon! Bye bye!